The Aurora City Council for February 10th, 2026 is hereby called to order at 6:01 p.m. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Alderman Barrero.
Here.
Alderwoman Garza.
Here.
Alderman Masiacos.
Present.
Alderman Nunez.
Here.
Alderman Franco.
Here.
Alderman Seville.
Here.
Alderman Benuelos.
Here.
Alderwoman Smith.
Here.
Alderman Bug.
Here.
Alderwoman Bade.
Here.
Alderman Larson.
Here.
Alderman White.
Here.
Mayor Lash is present.
Outstanding. Sergeant at Arms, is there a motion to approve the
moved.
appointment of a
Second.
Sergeant at Arms for this meeting? A motion was made by Alderwoman Smith, second by Alderwoman Garza. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries by voice vote. Next, we have a young ward recipient who has agreed to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Jacoy Roof, if you'll stand and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And I'll ask John to lead it off with the mayor's report.
Thank you so much, Mayor. Thank you to Jacoy. We're going to be honoring him in just a second as well. We are celebrating both staff and residents alike tonight here in Aurora. They continue to make this city proud. We're going to be starting with our Public Works Department. They just took home a huge award for the city of Aurora. The American Public Works Association's Fox Valley branch named the city's new public works facility as the Public Works Project of the Year in the $25 million to $75 million category. A round of applause for our Public Works team. Tonight we have our Director of Public Works, Jason Bauer, Assistant Director of Public Works, Kurt Muth, and our Capital Improvement Program Manager, Ian Wade, on hand to accept some Mayor's Awards of Excellence from Mayor Lash.
I know you guys are used to coming up and speaking before the council, so tonight you get to face the public. I'm just going to read off one of these, hand them out to you guys, and let you say a few words on behalf of your department. But the Mayor's Award of Excellence going to Jason Bauer, Ian Wade, and Kurt Muth for your hard work in helping the city of Aurora win the American Public Works Association Public Works Project of the Year Award for the $25 to $75 million category. Your continued commitment to excellence is both commended and greatly appreciated by the city. I know you guys all work very hard, and we appreciate your tireless work to run one of the largest departments in the city outside of the Aurora Police. So.
All right, well, thank you. As John stated, we won the award. We actually just picked that up today. And thank you, Mayor, for offering us the opportunity to come here to council and talk about the project. It was very exciting for us. Over the course of the past 40 plus years, we've been in buildings that were not even designed for public works use. They were hand-me-down buildings we inherited from other entities, and they were not in the greatest shape, and this has been a long time coming. There are people that have been told from day one when they were working there 30-some years ago that the new building was right around the corner. And we've been working on it tirelessly since we bought the property in 2008, and we've had the support of a number of council people. Some are still up here, some who are gone. It's really taken that long for us to get to this point, and we appreciate all of it. And this really wasn't just a public works project. There were a number of people involved, in addition to Ian and Kurt, who basically led the charge for the city. Ian taking care of the building, and Kurt designing the entire site and taking care of the stormwater. We had Kluber and CUNY Architects, two different firms who teamed together to help us make our vision a reality. And then, of course, R.C. Wegman, who built the structure, and Geneva Construction and Berger, who did the site work. And then here at the city, we had just a crazy amount of support from all of the different divisions and departments, help from purchasing. We needed help from police in terms of security. We had help from IT. There were a couple of guys from IT who basically worked out of that building for a solid 8 months after it was built. They're just now leaving. So everything was great. And of course, can't forget to thank Ken Schroth. He was the director before me. This was his charge that he led, and I'm glad he got to spend at least 3 weeks in the building before he left the city. So it was great, and again, we thank the council for the support. It really is going to be something that not just benefits the employees to get to show up at a nice building every day, but the community is going to benefit as well. So thank you very much for the support.
Ready, 1, 2, and 3. One more, ready, 1, 2, and 3. Perfect.
One more round of applause for Public Works. Amazing award here for the city of Aurora. One more award here tonight is going to go to a community member who has made history both locally here in Aurora and on the national stage. In late December, he made his name known across the country when he brought home 3 gold medals at the AAU Northern Indoor National Track and Field Championships, plus set a national record for the 11U age group, running the 60-meter dash in just 8.04 seconds. He's an Aurora Sundowners Track Club star and a high-performing student at Jewell Middle School. Put your hands together for Jacoy Ruff.
Come on up, come on up.
We'll invite up Ruff. Any family, coaches who'd like to come up to read the award with Mayor Lash, you're more than welcome to do so at this time. Coaches and family, please
Come on up. We're going to do a group photo afterwards, but we'll begin. Get everybody up here. So the Mayor's Award of Excellence is honorably presented to Jacoy Ruff for bringing home 3 gold medals, not 1, not 2, but 3 gold medals at the AAU Northern Indoor National Championships and setting a national record for the 11U 60-meter dash. You make Aurora proud. Very excited to have you up here and recognize your hard work, young man. Thank you. And we gave you a taste of the mic early if you want to say a few words. How about your coach? You got something to say? How about your coaches?
On behalf of the Aurora Sundowners, we just want to thank the city for this recognition and the council, and we want to thank Alderman Seville for his continued support of the Aurora Sundowners over these years. Just want to thank you, and we're looking forward to having a great summer.
Any family members? We'll shoot a photo. I asked Alderman Seville to join us.
Everyone squeeze in the middle if you can. Perfect. Ready, 1, 2, and 3. Big smile. One more, ready, 1, 2, and 3.
Another round of applause for Jacoy Ruff, making history here in Aurora. Appreciate everybody coming out. Always a good night to honor great people here in Aurora. The next part of the mayor's report is going to kick it right back to Mayor Lash. Thank you.
Okay, got 2 more real quick items just to inform the council. Number 1 is we did file today. Finally, the U.S. Census Bureau had a hiring freeze at the beginning of the year. They released that hiring freeze and are again taking applications. So we did file our application for an amended new construction only effort. It's going to cost in the neighborhood of $550,000 to execute. We don't have a date yet. We're anticipating sometime in the fall, in September. And it's anticipated to generate roughly $600,000 a year in new revenue. So it would be a positive gain. It's only new construction, but we'll try and keep you posted as that process continues. And I think the chief of staff will send out an email, but wanted to let the public and the council know. I also just wanted to share a few comments and thoughts about the student walkouts that have been happening at almost all of our schools as we continue to navigate an era of a divided America. I want to begin by addressing our students. admiring your efforts to take a stand and have your voices heard. Your collective decision to leave the classroom and take to the streets and participate in civic engagement is a more valuable lesson than anything you could learn from a textbook. And while I respect these organizing efforts, we encourage students to take an alternative and equally effective course of action. While none of us want ICE to return to Aurora, activity today suggests that they are back in town and active, and would encourage students to become active with the Aurora Community Watch and Aurora Rapid Response Team. These are Aurora residents working to track, monitor, and document the actions of ICE with respect to the abuses of both human rights and blatant disregard to the U.S. Constitution. So please consider joining these groups and forming student organizations that will strengthen the community response when ICE is in Aurora. We'd also encourage people to take the Migra Watch training and learn how to protect yourself during these interactions. Second, if students are planning a protest or walkout, we'd like to work together to make sure that their voices are heard, but also to make sure that whatever action it is, it's done safely. Yesterday, over 1,500 students walked out of various schools. Some of those protests were done safely on the sidewalks and without incidents. And I've been to many protests over the years, but there's always some members in the group that insist on walking in the streets or pushing the boundaries of the protest. Yesterday was no different. There was a small group of students who insisted on walking in the middle of the street directly into oncoming traffic, exposing themselves to significant risk. The situation presents a challenge to the police, who have a responsibility to keep people safe. While the majority of people involved in the protests were compliant, a small minority, about 5, less than 10 people, chose to push the boundaries of the protest by staying in the middle of the street and antagonizing the police by throwing water bottles at our vehicles. If students are going to be walking out and taking protests in the community, we're asking them to do 2 things. One is communicate their planned route with the police so we can adequately provide escort and keep people safe. 2, it's imperative that students and supporters work to keep everyone on the sidewalks and out of traffic. The group needs to assign marshals who can effectively manage the crowd they're organizing, and we on the 3rd floor and others are working to provide non-uniformed intervention to also intercede and try and make sure that people stay on the sidewalks. And next, I just wanted to address parents and recognize that your children are taking significant risks when they leave school property and march along the streets without a clear plan. If one of the students were to get hit by a vehicle, there'd be a community uproar. And if an incident happened like it did yesterday, there would also be a community uproar. So it's a lose-lose situation that is very preventable if children choose to walk on the sidewalks and keep themselves safe, or use a designated protest zone on school property, which our school administrators have also been encouraging and trying to facilitate, but have not got compliance. Next, while an investigation continues regarding yesterday's use of force against several protesters, I wanted to communicate to the public and council that the City of Aurora will not be releasing any video footage while the investigation continues. The Illinois Juvenile Court Act generally bars police departments from releasing video footage and other records of juvenile offenders, reflecting the statute's strict confidential requirements for juvenile law enforcement records. Finally, I'm disturbed that children feel compelled to leave school in the first place and march in the streets over an issue that adults should be dealing with in Washington, D.C., but that's the times that we're living in. So I want to commend all those people that have been involved, trying to keep our students safe. Actions have been taken without a lot of planning and coordination with either school district staff or the City of Aurora, which has complicated and made things a lot more challenging for our police and for everybody that's involved. So this concludes the mayor's report.
Mr. Mayor, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
With the census, I just want to go back to the census real quick. You said was going to spend $500,000 and then anticipate and get $600,000 in return.
In annual revenue.
Do we know how? I know it's not retroactive. Are we looking at like 3 years of that or 4 years of that? I mean,
Depends on when they do the
When they do
recount
the
and when
thing,
they
yeah.
complete the recount, and then I think it's a full year after that,
Right.
before we can start recover those resources.
Okay. All right.
Chief of Staff may have a little more detail.
Shannon Cameron, Chief of Staff. Just so technically, it takes about a year from when the count is completed for the Census Bureau to certify the count, and then it starts at that point. And it's that 600,000 right now is a very conservative guess. Could be more than that, all depending, focusing on that new construction map. However, it is indefinite. We have that until the next count happens, which would be in 2030.
Thank you.
Can I ask one more question related?
Alderman Nunez.
the 550,000, that's still in that kitty that we started with?
That's correct.
Correct. So there were some costs because we started the process of getting people signed up to do the census when that federal shutdown not shutdown, they froze any hiring. So some of that money has been spent, but the majority of it is still there, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
Your questions or comments? It looks like our award recipients have left for the evening, so we'll move on. There's no mayoral appointments. We'll move to public comment. Madam Clerk, do we have any members of the public wishing to offer public comment?
Yes, we do.
Would you be interested in reading the rules of public comment?
I would love to, thank you.
Amen.
Pursuant to the Open Meetings Act, all persons shall be permitted an opportunity to address public officials under the rules established and recorded by the council. Under our rules, any person may address the city council for up to 3 minutes with a maximum of 30 minutes allotted for all public comment. No person other than the timekeeper or the chair for the purpose of maintaining order may interrupt a person recognized for public comment during his or her comments. Members of the City Council shall not engage with nor respond to a speaker during the time set aside for public comment. Staff is directed to follow up with members of the public with respect to any concerns raised during public comment within the scope of the city's authority following the adjournment of this meeting.
Okay. Madam Clerk, will you please read the name of the first person wishing to offer public comment?
Manuel Fernando Cardoza.
Welcome, Mr. Cardoza. You have 3 minutes beginning now.
City and honorable members, usually I have a paper prepared to read, but today I want to say, I hope you all have a happy Valentine's Day weekend, since Valentine's Day is about appreciating one's another existence, and to put aside their differences and to appreciate each other. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Cardoza. I'll ask the clerk to please read the name of the next person wishing to offer public comment.
Priest Pryor.
Welcome, Mr. Pryor. You have 3 minutes beginning now.
So I'm finna speak, and I ain't talking to nobody in Pacific, but I want to talk about this 1630 Plum Street over here in Aurora on the west side, how the people over there, they don't have any heat in their building. And as you guys know, we done had some cold days. I don't think that it's fair that they don't have anybody to contact. So I came here. They giving them the run around. I got somebody over there that's near and dear to me, my baby mama, she live over there. And I don't think it's fair that you got kids over there, elderly people that pay their rent, and they can't get no heat in that building. It's heat in the hallway and in the community room, but ain't no heat in their apartments. You guys probably ain't never been through the things that we go through, far as she walking through her apartment, her cabinet fell down. Could have killed her, nobody care. She over there right now, ain't no hot water in the apartment. Like I said, I'm not talking to nobody Pacific, because I know it's probably not you guys' fault, but you guys know who that y'all can talk to get something done over there. Because it's not fair that people have to leave their apartment where they pay their bills at to go try to be warm somewhere else. People's comfortable in their own homes. I've been offering her to come to my house. I stay in Morris, Illinois, and she don't want to leave because this is her home, Aurora. I understand. She don't want to come to no Morris. She want to be out here. So I'm asking you guys, anybody up here that can do anything to help this building, 1630 Plum, get heat over there or send us in the direction who we need to talk to. I didn't come up here to bash nobody. I came up here to ask y'all to help those people over there. That's it.
Thank you, Mr. Pryor. I'll ask the Chief of Staff to please reach out, get his contact information, and let us know what we know about Plum Street. I ask the clerk to please read the next name of the next person wishing to offer public comment.
Rick Lawrence.
Okay, Rick Lawrence still in the house, using the restroom. Is he parted for the evening? Okay.
That is the final speaker.
Okay, thank you, Madam Clerk. If there's no more speakers, next we'll move to the consent agenda and council consent agenda in full.
250968, a resolution to accept the bid from EAN Services for a one-year vehicle rental agreement with 2 one-year extensions for rental vehicles to be used by the Aurora Police Department. 251044, an ordinance vacating a parking easement on the property located at 580 Exchange Court and 560 Exchange Court in DuPage County, Aurora. 251046, a resolution awarding a one-year contract effective beginning February 1st, 2026 to Oswego Animal Hospital, Bristol Veterinary Clinic, and Radiant Veterinary for veterinary services at Aurora Animal Care and Control, with an option to renew for up to 2 additional one-year terms upon mutual agreement. 260009, a resolution authorizing the Director of Purchasing to enter into an agreement with Fair Graham of Rockford in the amount of $135,380 to complete a comprehensive site investigation at 720 North Broadway and submit the necessary reports to the Illinois Environmental Protection Agency. 260017, a resolution authorizing a memorandum of understanding with the Fox Valley Music Foundation for the venue's use of Mundy Park for the calendar year 2026. 260018, a resolution approving the acceptance of a donation from Tinovations in the amount of $360,000 worth of personal protective equipment for the city's use to prevent the spread of disease this winter. 260029, a resolution authorizing the acceptance of the lowest bid from Artlip and Sons in the amount of $664,500 for HVAC improvements at the Development Service Center with a contingency of $33,225. 260043, a resolution authorizing the Director of Purchasing to adopt unit prices for the purchase of Census water meters. 260054, a resolution authorizing the acceptance of a Link Up Illinois double value match grant for the 2026 season of the Aurora Farmers Market. 260063, approval of the minutes of the Wednesday, January 21st, 2026 special city council meeting. 260064, approval of the minutes of the Tuesday, January 27th, 2026 city council meeting. 260078, a resolution accepting the improvements and waiving the maintenance security for Panda Express at 1390 Butterfield Road. 260079, a resolution accepting the improvements and waiving the maintenance security for Gales Memorial Baptist Church, parking lot addition, 714 Gillette Avenue. 260085, approval of the closed session meeting minutes of December 16th, 2025, January 20th, 2026, and February 3rd, 2026.
Is there a motion to approve? Is there a motion to approve the items on both the direct council consent and consent agenda as read? A motion was made by Alderwoman Smith, second by Alderwoman Garza. Are there any questions, or would any members of the council like to remove any items and add them to unfinished business? Hearing no questions or comments, I'll ask the clerk to please call the roll on both consent agendas.
Barrero?
Yes.
Garza?
Yes.
Masiacos?
Yes.
Nunez?
Yes.
Franco?
Yes.
Seville?
Yes.
Banuelos?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Bug?
Yes.
Bade?
Yes.
Larson?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
12 yes, 0 no.
Motion carries. The consent agenda and direct to council consent agenda are both approved. There is no unfinished business, no new business, no need for an executive session or reports. Next is our list of bills. Is there a motion
Second.
to approve and pay the bills as presented? A motion was made by Alderman Franco, second by Alderwoman Garza. Are there any questions or discussion on the bills? Okay, hearing no discussion or questions, will the clerk please call the roll?
Barrero?
Yes.
Garza?
Yes.
Masiacos?
Yes.
Nunez?
Yes.
Franco?
Yes.
Seville?
Yes.
Banuelos?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Bug?
Yes.
Bade?
Yes.
Larson?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
12 yes, 0 no.
Motion carries. The bills are approved for payment. There's no need for closed session. And there's there a motion for adjournment. A motion was made by Alderwoman Smith, second by Alderwoman Garza. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. This meeting is adjourned at 6:26 p.m.